lot of conversation, maybe some speculation. I've even seen some prognostication about what's going on. Before I touch that, I want to say this. It is an absolute honor and a privilege to serve as a 21st Lieutenant Governor of the very, very great and free state of Florida. I'm incredibly grateful to Governor Ron DeSantis for that opportunity to serve. It's an amazing thing. I appreciate his comments today when he was asked about that. I'm glad he called me a good guy. It was nice. And, it leads to why we're here today. So I just want to rip the Band-Aid off. I want to address it clear and simple. Today, I am announcing I will be running to become the next governor of the free and great state of Florida to follow on after Governor Ron DeSantis. It is something we've gone through a long process. We've made our decision as a family. We have gone around the community and talked to many people. And I am so grateful for the opportunity to serve now and, God willing, when we win, to continue our service as the next governor of Florida. We have 23.5 million people in this state. It's an incredible opportunity. Every morning when I wake up, my focus is the same. It's taking care of my family and keeping our state as great as humanly possible. That mission will never change. When you look at why we do this, why would you jump into this? Why would we want to be the governor of Florida? I think back to where I came from. I am my father's son. I'm the son of a failed farmer. I was born into poverty, adopted by my grandparents, joined the military, got shot, got blown up, did these things, had an opportunity to serve in the nonprofit sector, and then get into politics. And while my dream was never to get into politics, we are blessed to live in this nation. And if good men and good women don't step in and continue to serve and stand up for what matters, we could lose everything we have. And that's really why we're here today. It's about a dream. It's about the American dream. My life has encompassed that. I am very blessed to be here today. And it's about fighting for that for the 23.5 million people in our state. So as we roll this out, I want to give you an opportunity to ask a few questions before I have a couple of closing remarks. And who wants to start? Holly, go ahead.
All right, you're going to be up against a crowded field, and your main opponent is going to be Congressman Byron Donalds. He's got a $40 million war chest. He's got the endorsement of Donald Trump. How do you compete against that?
Well, Holly, it's good to see you here again today. And, that's a great question. Let me just take a step back. And I kind of answered a little bit of that just prior. I've been told many times that the road was too far, the mountain was too difficult and too high. It started when I was a kid, growing up on the wrong side of the track, so to speak, right? Didn't have a whole lot of opportunity, didn't have a whole lot of money. When we lost our farm, it was the same thing. When I got to college and I lost my scholarship and I went and did other things, I had to keep pushing on. When I joined the military and eventually got into special forces and got shot and did surgery on myself, and I got blown up and lost a leg and requalified. When I got into the nonprofit sector and I ran a ton of marathons and ran a bike across America, and then when I got into a D+3 seat to run against the mayor of Tampa's mother-in-law, there's one commonality. Everybody told me it was too hard, not possible, don't do it. We were successful in each and every one of those things. We chose this spot for a couple of things. As you look around us, it says we the people of Florida behind us, because ultimately that is who we serve, that is what we want to do, and that is why we are here today and why we chose this exact spot. The people have a voice. Yes, the road is hard, but the best things in life aren't given to you, they're earned. And you have to go out and earn the vote in Florida. That is why we're here, that's what we're going to do, and that is exactly how we're going to win.
I'm curious besides the obvious differences between yourself and Congressman Donalds in terms of his background, in terms of your history, at least in terms of policy, what sets you two apart? Because you're both conservative Republicans.
Certainly. And, I want to say one thing. Look, I have no problems person to person with Byron Donalds. I don't. He has a family. He's a good family man. I'm grateful for those things. I don't know him that well, but this isn't personal. It's about policy. It's about service. It's about vision and dreams. So let's break it down. In my time in the Senate, about 3 years, 3 sessions, I passed 55 bills in 3 years. I think I have a track record of success, performance, getting things done. Those have been conservative wins. There are many of the things we talk about here in the free state of Florida, and it's something we have to continue to do. If you're going to be the governor after somebody like Ron DeSantis, who is the, in my opinion, greatest governor in our state's history, a man who has absolutely put points on the board every single day, you better show up and get things done. I think my track record is very, very clear on that. When you step into things like being tough on crime, I absolutely believe that we have to back our men and women in law enforcement without equivocation. If we ever lose the opportunity or lose our way and start being soft on crime, I think we're going to start having issues in the community. When I ran, it was on economy, education, and safety and security in the community. And I set out that way purposefully because it all starts at the end with safety and security. When your communities are strong and safe, you build strong families. Strong families build a great businesses build an economy, and it keeps pushing forward, right? And then I think let's look at a recent thing. Let's look at insider trading. I don't do that. I have a 401k. I hope I get great returns in my 401k. It's not always the case, right? I think it's something that we have to do. We got to be somebody who says what we mean what we say, and then just get things done. More than anything else, those are the biggest discriminators. And I want to put this out here. Everybody here has a vision for what they want to do. I believe most people get into service in politics because they have the right approach. They want to do the right thing. Some people may lose their way. Not everybody does. But it's the vision. It's the dream of where we go from here that makes a difference. And that's exactly why we're standing here, why I'm fighting to serve as the next governor of Florida, and why I want to continue serving our 23.5 million people. Hold on. I'm going to go over here first. I told him.
Getting some kind of help from the governor, or people on the governor's staff. Do you have any response to some of the criticisms that he's levied against you? What do you think about the thought that he's got people, apparently in communication?
Yeah, so let's just start from the beginning. Let's talk about the things that are being talked about. I unequivocally have fought and defended our way of life and our Constitution here at home and abroad. I have deployed, fought, been shot, bled, and buried my friends in defense of our Constitution and our way of life. I am pretty sure that he has not done that. I am pretty sure that when I put my neck on the line to defend our Constitution and our way of life, I meant every single thing I said because I understood the value. I understood the weight of those words. I have deployed across the planet, and it was the honor of a lifetime. The very best people I know often, unfortunately, were the ones that we had to bury. And it dishonors the families to not keep your focus on that. I think of the moms, the wives left behind to mourn their loved ones. I think of the kids who had to go on without their dads. And it's personal. I have no personal issues with James Fishback. I don't. He lives his life. I'm going to live mine. And I am focused on my vision, where I'm going for the state of Florida, and how we're going to continue to lead, because I have been granted the opportunity as Lieutenant Governor to do just that. My mission, focus, and resolve are the same. You might even say the mission continues even when those battlefields change. Is that covered? All right. You're up.
Did you let the governor know ahead of your announcement?
I did. The governor and I talk regularly. In the end, you try not to inundate people with frivolous phone calls and stuff, but yeah, we talk regularly. He's a good, amazing governor. And he's someone who I am so lucky to get to ask questions of and learn from. He has been an absolute juggernaut in standing up for our state and fighting for the values that matter. And, of course, you always got to let your boss know. Great. Go get him.
Do you think you're going to be able to secure his endorsement at some point?
Yeah, so you know what? I didn't expect any endorsement coming in here. Like I said, man, when I lost my leg, I wasn't told I got to stay in the Army. I was told I had to go earn it. You got to requalify as a Green Beret, right? You better earn it if you want to be the next governor of Florida. So it's put up, shut up, and get to work, right? That's exactly how I view things. Everything that value in life is earned. It is not given. All right. Gary, yeah, I know you had a question.
Well, no, I do. But I'd like to circle back to some comments you made when you were asked about distinguishing yourself.
You got it.
There's some comments you made about distinguishing yourself from Representative Donald. I just want to make sure I understand. So, are you suggesting in your comments that you don't think he's got legislative achievements to be able to speak up compared to you? Do you think that he has engaged in some level of insider trading? As you mentioned, you only do a 401k, so I just want to make sure when you bring that up, that is a contrast you are trying to distinguish yourself in.
Yeah, so I want to talk about the things that set me aside. Those are those things. I would encourage you to go research and evaluate your candidates that are out there on the ballot clearly. And if those are things that we're curious about, go Google those. I bet you can find what you're looking for.
No, I can. I'm just asking you if you are suggesting that Byron Donalds or his wife or anyone that was engaged in insider trading, despite the comments and claims the broker has been doing. I'm just trying to get your thought on that.
Yep. My thought is I'm talking about my vision, my views, and our approach. And I would encourage you to Google and research the candidates thoroughly. All right. That's it. Last question.
Are you committed to defending the rights of freedom of speech of the people of Florida, including the right to freely criticize Israel without being attacked for being anti-Semitic?
Yeah, I sure am. As I mentioned earlier, I deployed and I served for 23 years. I got shot defending our nation. I got hit by a mortar defending our nation, and I swore an oath to defend this nation. So having some wannabe ex-Twitter warrior mention those things, it's a little frustrating because I do support our Constitution. I have defended our Constitution. I love our nation. I would die for this nation. I almost have a couple times. So when we talk about that, our First Amendment rights are huge. What we fight for every day. And you go all the way through that. I love our country. We are blessed to protect her. We are blessed to live here. And more than anything else, I want to make sure that we leave this better than we got it. And just to add this note in here, my wife's family are Lebanese. So you understand how that works and how I protect my way of life and my family. Does that answer your question? Yes. All right. Hey, you all, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate the opportunity. God bless each of you, and thank you.